So before you start creating your brushes, what you have to do is start with some sketches. So what I have here is I'm starting off with just a charcoal pen. It's compressed charcoal. It's a pencil. It's about 557 medium 2B. So you can use anything. You can use real charcoal. You can even use black chalk, pastels, crayons, anything you like. But I'm just going to use this cool charcoal because I really like playing around with it and you get some cool effects. So as you can see, what you want to try and do is try and do some thin lines, play with like some thick lines that you can use as a shade for shading in your illustrations. But the key is to just play around with different strokes. You can even like smudge out some of the charcoal as well. You can see here, that's what I did here. And you can make some really like dusty, grungy, subtle brushes, or even, make a texture out of it as well. But so the key is to play around with it. You can see that we're going to start going and creating some of our own. As you can see here, I've done some more on this side. And you can see that I've just done scribbles and really just trying to get some different effects by using different angles and pressing hard and soft. So what we're going to do now, just get a blank page. I'm just using a normal moleskin. The size is half of an A4 or A5, I think it is. And what I'm going to just start is drawing or sketching some lines. So if you have your charcoal or your pencil or your pen, whatever you're using, I'm just going to start doing some strokes like that. And you can see how I'm starting to get this really thin, nice stroke, and the edges are soft. And we want to get as much detail in there as possible. So the key is just to play around. You can even hold it differently, like at the end. Or if you want a harder press, you can actually go in the mid, hold it like this, and just go through there and just, as you're pressing in, just do strokes. Scribble those in. You can do really long strokes or really shorter, it just depends. Because when you take it into Illustrator, if you have a long path, you want the strokes to the brush to be as long as possible, so it affects the stroke and you'll be able to use it more in more situations. So you can just see, just playing around with my grips, changing up the grips, going soft, doing scribble. Even you can do circles. Just really experiment, just play around with it. You can see I'm just going through there, doing all different strokes. Maybe I want to do a bit thicker. Maybe I want to go from horizontal, you can do vertical or diagonal. And you're really just trying to get those nice details, and you can see how it feathers out on the edges, and you can really just play around. Now I love just testing out different ways and strokes. You can see how I'm doing there, and maybe I want to go across. And you can see how you get all these different effects. You want to try and make your you want to try and keep them as straight as possible. So when you take into Illustrator, you don't have to straighten them up. But you can see how some of these are a bit wonky. But you want to make sure that it's as straight as possible, so it makes for less editing down the track. So just go through your brushes, create as many as you want. You can just do even thin strokes as well. And as you can see, that's what we've done. You can see I've just got a bit of the charcoal that came off the pencil, and what I can even do now, I can actually just smudge it. You can see it can get a bit dirty, so make sure you want to wash your hands afterwards. So you can see here, after I've worked on some charcoal brushes, I'm just going to play around with this Tombow brush here, which is got a felt tip end and it's got a brush end. As you can see that, just normal black in, and it's got a thin side there, which I want to use now. So I'm just going to jump on the other page and just experiment. So this has got like a nice thin felt tip feel. And you can get some really nice strokes with these, like really, if you want to do like thin ones. And it's okay, it doesn't have to be completely straight. You can just play around and get some really nice lines. And these lines will be really good if you want to do like character design, if you want to make calligraphic brushes, which is really nice for like type and character lines and line work, or if you do like comic books and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you're always using black as much as possible, because black on white is easier to edit in Photoshop, and when you image trace it, the blacks will come out more stronger, and it'll keep all that fine details that you want to make those really realistic brushes. So yeah, just play around. You can see the different effects to the charcoal, and it's great. It's just a Tombow pen, and yeah, I'm gonna use all these brushes. Probably just use the charcoal ones, but you can see you can all get different effects. Just play around with different mediums, and just try and see what you like. Just use things that you have, or you just go out to a craft store, art store, and just buy some new tools. These things only cost about a couple of dollars, so they're inexpensive. But yeah, so in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take these brushes. I'm going to edit them in Photoshop and then take it into Illustrator.